Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. And I got to tell you, pretty uneventful week here for the market. All we've done is kind of chop back and forth at 21 EMA. Now, typically, this does mean that sometime soon we should get a decent move for the market, but we got earnings coming up. We have an election coming up. So anything is possible. But I think the next couple of days here, good to start to focus on momentum. We're hanging out here at the mean. At some point, next couple of days, next couple of weeks, we should expect some sort of push off the 21 to the upside, to the downside. Now, I don't think that push off the 21 brings us to new all-time highs, nor do I think it brings us down here to those lows. I more so think a little bit of back and forth. But nonetheless, as we're trying to gauge what is going to be the next move for the market here, this is why I love the TTM squeeze indicator and focusing on the histogram. If we look at the daily chart, while there's no signs of bearish momentum with any red bars, there's also no signs of bullish momentum with the light blue bars, rather just some exhaustion. We got the nice push, we pumped as long as we got that momentum, but very quickly comes to an end here and the party is over. So for the next couple of days, what I'll be doing is kind of working from the ground up and just looking for consistent momentum, bullish, bearish, either or on all the different time frames. So in the case of, let's say we're looking for the market to make that push off the 21 to the upside, what we're going to want to see, team, is signs of bullish momentum with the light blue bars on the 30-minute chart. Ultimately, you're going to want to see that hit in the 1-hour chart, the 2-hour, the 4-hour, etc. So what we're doing is we're understanding that the bigger picture right now is just kind of chopping back and forth. And as far as momentum goes, it's given us nothing to work with. So we can take the indicator, kind of go underneath the surface a little bit and just look for some consistency. The 30-minute, the hour, the 2-hour, the 4-hour, all start throwing off those light blue bars there. If you think about probabilities, well, at that point, there is a better probability we could make a nice little push off the 21 to the upside. If the 30, the 1-hour, the 2-hour, etc., consistently start having those red bars on the histogram, then the probabilities lean towards more of a move to the downside. So things to keep in mind right now, guys, and also important to remember that in an environment like this, vast majority of stocks are going to do the same exact thing the index is. So I think right now important, if you want to continue to try to take these opportunities to the upside, to the downside, taking those directional opportunities in the individual stocks, focus on setups that aren't really getting impacted by the market right now. So a couple that come to mind, one is Restoration Hardware. I know a lot of guys and the girls in the Focus Trades group are watching this one. You got a beautiful daily squeeze, and while the market itself is just kind of lame, this is a good looking setup right underneath all-time highs, a good looking squeeze. Certainly something to consider. There's something, guys, like Nike. Now, are these exciting names? Absolutely not. But they're clean setups, and they're stocks that aren't really getting impacted by the overall, kind of lackluster price action of the market. So Nike here, very similar to Restoration Hardware, a nice daily squeeze right underneath the all-time high. So there are a couple of decent looking setups out there. You got things like Zoom, which of course pulled back here with the market yesterday. However, you look at the trend, this is still a really good looking trend. So tech names mainly pretty much dead right now with the overall market. But there are a couple different little kind of, pockets in the market where there is a little bit of momentum and some good opportunities. So, I think a trader right now kind of has one of two options. They want to continue to look for the directional trades. You got to kind of take that needle in a haystack approach. The Teslas, the Amazons, the Facebooks, the Apples, they're basically doing what the indexes are doing, which is nothing. So if you're looking for that directional opportunity, you got to go find those pockets in the market where you still have those A-plus setups, but you still have a little bit of momentum. So we can take that route, guys, or one could take the route of not even really wanting to entertain the idea of getting caught up in this crap, rather looking to collect some easy premium in the chop fest. So while I will be looking for a little bit of both, I'm going to show you guys a position I put here on the SPX yesterday, and this is just a nice Iron Condor. I structured the Iron Condor under the mindset of come and get me. What I mean is, guys, I'll show you here on the chain. So October 20th expiration on the call side of this Condor, I sold calls out here at 3,700. And on the put side of this Condor, I sold the puts out here at 3,100. So I'm nice and deep out the money. We got about, call it 3+ weeks here to expiration. But the mindset is, guys, there's no momentum in the market, bullish or bearish right now. So I kind of expect us to chop back and forth here for the next few weeks. If we do, and we end up staying inside this range, closing above 3,100 and below 3,700 by expiration, you got some nice premium coming in. And I think I got filled on this spread for about $2 a credit. So on 10 contracts, you bring in about $2,000 in change. But the mindset more so is, guys, while I have no problem kind of sitting back for a bit, enjoying life outside of the market, letting things chop and collecting the premium, if over the next 2 to 3 weeks the market wants to make that big of a directional move, you know, 10% plus move to the downside, just about the same kind of move to the upside, bring it on. Bring that on. If the market really wants to get going like that, and in that short period of time, all the way up until the 20th year, it really wants to get heating up and give us a 10% move to the upside or a 10% move to the downside, bring it on. I got enough confidence, in my strategy, in my setups, in my execution, where if we do get that kind of momentum, we should be destroying all that opportunity. So if that doesn't happen, you got a couple $1,000 coming in from the Condor. If we do get that kind of crazy ass move, there's a full plate of opportunity with all that momentum. So different things to consider, guys. But as I've been saying the last couple of mornings, number one goal right now has to be protect the money that we can make, call it easier, when we're working with momentum, now that that momentum has disappeared. So guys, I wish you all the best of luck today. I'll keep you posted on that Condor. And make sure you're following me on Twitter, because what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the best setups I can find, but I have got no mercy here, cutting them off as soon as they're giving me even the slightest problem. So if you guys want to keep tabs on my trades, check me out on Twitter at FTM Alerts. And obviously, guys, check us out at focustrades.com. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and I appreciate you guys for watching. So let's finish the week strong. Let's go into the weekend with our peace of mind intact, and we can show up next week and do it all over again. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.